Hello, everyone, and welcome to this client spotlight episode with Lisa. We have been working together for a long time now, and today we're going to talk a little bit about her experience. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yes, and thank you for joining me today and sharing your healing journey together with me and everyone else here at Living with the Spirit.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
So let's start from the beginning. What made you decide to go on this journey with me?
Well, it all started with a separation that I was going through, and it made me realize that I had. It was things in the relationship that wasn't good, but part of that was also like a history repeating itself within me. And Sarah, you really helped me to go through that separation and sort everything out, the emotion and practical things as well, actually. But really to look at the emotions and feelings with from from a wider perspective. Um, I have history of being like I just repeating, have on repeat all those negative, shattering voices that you might have heard of or recognize in yourself.
Hmm.
And it was time to get that inner voice to stop talking and to get the true voice from within to come through.
Yeah,
So that was where it all began.
yeah, yeah. We started with the divorce and yeah, as you said, separating everything, like the emotional stuff, the practical stuff, and it feel. As I remember it, we kind of navigated you through a quite messy time in your life. As you say, there was a lot of history repeating itself too. So we did not only navigate you out of that situation, we also started to let go of things so that we could start new, start fresh.
Yes.
So yeah, so we
Yeah.
spent a couple of months doing that. That was the
Yes.
first thing.
Yeah. And I remember when you asked me when I first came to you, how do you feel? And I started to talk about my husband and what he was feeling and what kind of mood he was in, because I didn't have any connection to my own feelings.
Yeah.
I was in a really destructive relationship where uh, I had lost myself completely
Mm.
in that.
Yeah.
So, and I've shut down my whole emotional system completely. And yeah, now it's we have gone through that, and it feels such a long time ago. Now I I feel my feelings again, which is incredible. Both, well, as I said before we started talking, today is a day that I just want to cry all the time. But it's great to have that connection with your heart and your emotions, that you can realize that and understand that you are in an emotional space, and just let it be there and accept it.
Yeah. I mean, life is not only, roses and balloons. It's
Wow.
it is navigating. I usually say like navigating the ocean of life. So for you and me, when we first started working together, we had this particular situation that we needed to work through, but as a result of that,
Mm.
we also managed to find new skills and skill sets, and by coming in connection back to the body, then we can access the full range,
Yeah.
which means, in the beginning that okay, now I need to access the maybe the difficult emotions. So how was that for you to navigate through, coming back to the body and back to the self, really. How was your experience?
Yeah, it was. It has been both difficult and easy. It has been really good in the sessions that we have had to talk about that, and you have given me a lot of practical tools like the EFT and the routines that I'm now doing every day, and to journaling and all that stuff has been really really helpful uh, to be able to like connect and understand what I'm feeling. And now it feels like a really interesting journey. It went like from I have to survive to how can I live life to the fullest. Like YOLO is my now, it's my manifest nowadays.
10 years later, it's my
Yes,
manifest.
yes,
No, but it's I mean, it is the aspect of the YOLO, you only live once. It is a very, it's a mindset, like we need to live when we live, and coming out of that survival is, I mean, I
yeah,
don't know, how do we set a rating on, I mean, it's priceless,
yeah,
it's fantastic.
yeah.
But
And
yeah.
yeah, so now with all the work that we have been doing together and are doing together, it's like when I get a really tough emotion, it feels like, yeah, come on, let me, show me. I'm here to learn. Show me. I want to understand what's happening in me and what am I going through, uh, and being angry with things that happened to me when I was a small child, and feeling like, okay, it's a relief that I can let that go now, and I don't want to have that negative energy in my life anymore.
Yeah.
Uh, Before I would just like push it down. Now I'm try with your help. I've been able to like, okay, show me what you want to tell me. Like I'm talking to that little child inside of me. Um, and sometimes it feels like, oh, I can't take this anymore. Don't. But mostly it's well, it's just fantastic.
Would you say that it's like a method to learn? It's like, I hear a lot of people saying, like, once I understand how it works. I mean, of course, it's not pleasant to feel the things that I need to feel, but it's simple. It's easy, and I know what to do. And once you get the tools and the habits and the understanding of it, and I love your perspective that you say, "Oh, hello, emotion. I'm here. Show me, teach me." So it's like it's like a mindset of how you approach the process. And we're so deeply programmed with, oh, I don't want to feel these kind of emotions, even
No.
though sadness and shame or anger is natural emotions that is here to guide us, that there's something that we need to know. I mean, if we feel anger, if you release the unprocessed anger and you feel anger, that's like a, okay, something here is stepping over my boundaries. I'm not
Mm.
okay with this. It's there to actually show you something that is very very healthy and can help you, because the body is like an instrument. It's like your best friend that will navigate anything for you once you're in tune, once the radio station is open, like, okay, okay, what are you saying?
Yeah.
So I love that mindset that you have, like, okay, show me.
Yeah. And I think that it was in the process when we started to talk, and you told me, because I had a lot of shame and guilt, um, and you said shame and guilt has no purpose. It just takes energy from you, and it's not helpful at all. And once I've started to let go of the shame and guilt, and you have been really like supportive in having that safe space, which I can come to you and take all those shameful feelings when you feel small, and you are yeah, a lot of feelings that we all have, I guess, are around shame and guilt for different reasons. And to come to you and just let it all out, even though it's like really ugly feelings that you like wouldn't tell anyone, you don't want even to admit it to yourself. I can come to you and feel totally safe that you will just go, oh, interesting, let's look at this, and then we could. And I think that's the thing that you have taught me, how to like be the just like, yeah, show me what you got, and let's sort these things out.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah, that safe space is so important.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. And I mean, the safe space is it's what's necessary for healing, and
Mm.
it's like if we are judged or if we are not forgiven, then we are unable to move forward. And if we
Yeah,
don't, if we judge ourselves and if we put shame and blame and guilt on ourselves, we are unable to proceed.
yeah,
And the only way for me to create a space for you to heal is where anything you have done is, it has to be okay. It has to be forgiven, because
mm,
otherwise we won't be able to move forward. So I
yeah,
think that's and the fact that you learn from that, and so that you can create that space for yourself, that you understand that
mm,
okay, this is the way forward. Maybe sometimes it's not, you can't just forgive yourself, or just release the shame with a magic wand, but
mm,
having that knowledge and understanding that this is where we are going. And also, we talk about this all the time, that we work with conscious leaders who want to be part of sharing, and creating something new, a new way of being and a new way of interacting with each other. And for you to have that knowledge and that understanding, that will automatically give ripple effects to the people around you. And
yeah,
that is me living in my purpose, being able to, you know create ripple effects. So it's like this amazing synergy that is going on all the time. And
yeah.
it was after you managed to, I remember it so clearly, when okay, so divorce is done, this is worked through, and I asked you, so now what do we work on now?
Yeah.
What was next?
Then we started to work with other relationships in my work life, and new relationships, but mostly in my profession and work, how to manage conflicts that appear. I have my own business together with two business partners, and it can be challenging sometimes because we are really passionate about what we're doing.
Yeah.
And also, it's a creative environment. I'm an interior architect and a designer, and we are also very emotional about what we are doing. We are creating from our heart, and we're supposed to like change the world with
Good.
design. Uh, when if you would, yeah, if I'm describing my passion for my work,
Mm.
and to be able to work with other creators and not and give space for them and understand them and all those emotions that come with that creativity when you want to express yourself, and it feels really important to you how to handle those emotions, and handle the people around you and support them and make them grow, and create like a creative environment. That's the thing that we have been working on, and
Mm.
trying to find my purpose in life. What is my real passion? And that has been like amazing. And now I have my mantra in my head every day that I have courage, and I'm generous, and I create like really creative spaces for people. in everything I do is what I'm trying to achieve. And when I do that, I get so happy, and I can just like go my own way and feel happy about that.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so it feels like, yeah, the journey has just begun, and yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it's just begun, but it's also now when we talk about it, I remember what you looked like when we started talking. You were very contracted, you were very tense, you didn't feel good at all, and it was just negativity and I feel like you were very, yeah, contracted and held back. You were not living like what you said, like I was surviving, and now
Mm,
it feels like you're thriving. I
mm,
mean, going from darkness to freedom, having that internal freedom, and the opposite is what you talk about. It's creativity, it's energy, it's flow, it's expression, it's abundance. And I mean, you even started, changed your training routine, and started going into something that was way like different for you, and you
yeah,
started to explore new things, and you know living, like what you say, like going from surviving to living.
yeah, definitely. And I think it's very common in Sweden or all over the West world that you try to just work harder, like work hard, play hard, and you just keep going. And I was like, well, I worked all day and all night, and I was jogging, running a lot, and I didn't sleep well, and I was feeling really bad about myself. Now I'm achieving a lot more in less time with a lot more energy and happiness. I can play at work, and I'm letting myself play. Sometimes my colleagues get a little bit scared that that I'm not taking things seriously, but they can see that I'm achieving great results anyway. And I think that's the hard part now, that I'm surrounded by people that are still like in living in an illusion that it's not it's like I've opened the door and see that, well, we can just play and have fun. We don't need it to be miserable and sad and just feeling like held back.
Yeah.
We can just laugh and have fun all the time. And I think that's one of the challenging things now, that uh, having people around you that sometimes don't really have are at the same level. Well, it's not cheerio all the time.
No. I mean, when we're not feeling well, when the body is not thriving, when the emotional stuff from the past is still like clouding our experience, I mean, then things tend to get a bit serious because life feels heavy.
Yeah,
And that's what we are doing, like through the inner work you can work through these things on your own, and then show up with a
mm,
completely different energy from a completely different place
yeah,
inside. And it's so, this, if you change the internal world, then the external world will change. And I mean, who
mm,
doesn't want to be happy and full of energy and manage life differently,
yeah, yeah.
it's very
And I can see, yeah, and I can see now, since the work that we have been doing together, how we are mirroring each other, uh, like in the conversations that we have had, that the energy that I'm sending out is coming back to me.
yeah.
So now, if there is something at work, something doesn't go the way that I had expected, if I'm just try to calm down, look at the person on the other side, and realize that this is not an evil person. They don't want to this the project to go bad or be ugly or anything. It's just a person just like me who
Yeah.
tries to cope with the daily life and also have a lot of struggles on their own. And if I can see that and approach the problem in that way, in a more humble way,
Mm.
they want to cooperate
Yeah.
and help.
Yeah.
So instead of lashing out and being angry, I'm trying to open up the conversation to what how can we solve this? Let's be creative together. And they become happy because they felt like they are seen and yeah. So
And do
yeah,
you know what I call that? Conscious leadership.
yeah,
Yeah. Because
mm,
when you do the inner work and you understand yourself, you also realize that the person next to you is just like you. And you understand where that behavior comes from. And
yeah,
there's so much compassion in that. So
yeah,
that's why doing the inner work is creating a better world. And that's what we always talk about, the conscious leader who wants to show up and do something new, to
yeah,
create a new way of being where we are including instead of separating, where we lead like true leadership, not running around telling people what to do, but to create true connection and
mm,
companionship and work
yeah,
together.
yeah.
It's so beautiful to watch.
Yeah, and it's very much because of you, Sarah. You have really helped me, and I'm so happy for that.
Mm.
Uh, and yeah, it is and have been an amazing journey, and we just keep open new things all the time. And I'm longing to go even deeper because there are still, of course, challenges in my daily life. I get angry at work, even though I've said to myself that it's not necessary, that I should try to stay grounded, and yeah, and to like peel off the onion and get to the core. It takes time.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we've been doing things to ourselves for a long time, and the also the body, it sheds in layers, so it comes layer after layer, and I mean, we all have emotions, so it's not that the goal is not to be emotion free. The goal is to know what to do and to learn how to navigate. Okay, what kind of life do I want to live? That's why we work with a purpose statement, for instance,
Yeah,
to create a direction, and then based on that direction we can decide like what do I want my life to look at, and then we design the life. And then we are already in situations. Not everyone can just like, it's not like a video game. Okay, I'm just going to die and start over.
yeah,
Usually we have relationships and situations that we can't just get out of. We
no,
and some things we need to let go of and end, but some things are also like the situation that you are in, with work and that situation. We have decided that, okay, this is my arena, this is
mm,
where I practice what I preach.
mm,
And it's a learning process.
yeah,
It's not that you wake up one day and then you're never going to be angry again. That's just it's not how it
mm,
works. But it's
no,
like, okay, I choose to be in this situation because I want to be in this situation, and then together we navigate that situation, and
yeah,
that's what's so much fun. I love
yeah,
that. I think that's
yeah,
I love that. It's so much fun.
yeah. And it's like going to work are a bit like going to the gym. So you're my personal trainer, and one one day it might be really easy, and you're like, oh, it's so fun to go to the gym, and the weights are really not too heavy, and you're just like, oh, I'm doing great results. And other days it's like, I don't want to go to the gym, and you go to the gym and everything is really hard, and you feel like, oh, I'm so shitty and bad at this, and I want to quit. But then you have to just like trust the process and stick with the program, and that's what work is like at the moment.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's like you never regret a workout, right? So it's
no.
like it's the practice, it's that muscle you need to train to become resilient with the surroundings and showing up as your true self. And
Mm,
that's a practice, you know. You can't
yeah.
just, you're not Superman. You just don't go into a phone booth and then, you know, you're this untouchable. So it's a practice, and
Mm,
showing up for yourself, standing up for yourself, having boundaries, working with your own grounding, with your own emotional regulation. You know,
yeah.
it's an everyday journey, and but when we see the results, the practice becomes like second nature, because you know that it's so incredibly rewarding.
Yeah.
We all often talk about that the end result is freedom and purpose.
Yeah.
What would you say about that statement?
Yes, I definitely think so, and I think that it's the goal to come to that freedom, but it also is a goal to like every day understanding that you are in the process,
Yeah.
and in that you live now, so you don't need to wait, but sometimes like you're getting better and better, but you can also enjoy it while it's happening.
Mm. Yeah.
uh, so yes,
It's not a
definitely.
destination. Yeah.
Now, happiness is not a destination,
No.
it's a ongoing
It-
process.
exactly. It's like what we choose to be in the moment, and then it's, yeah, it's a practice.
Yeah.
So we've been working online. How has that worked for you?
Well, it's incredible. I would never have imagined that it would be so easy to do things online, to connect like we do. I can feel like we have a really strong connection through the lens. Uh, and sometimes we could just sit and look and start crying almost, because you can feel like that deep connection. So that's really amazing
Yeah.
that it works so well, uh, since
Yeah.
we are on two different continents.
Yeah. It's amazing how well it works. And you
Yeah,
also have full access to me through the voice messages, and
yeah,
sometimes you even reach out to me in the middle of the night, share what you're doing, asking
yeah,
for advice.
yeah,
So how does that feel to have me in your pocket whenever you need me in between the sessions?
yeah. Well, you are like my ringside man or woman. So it feels really comforting that I can always pick up the phone and send you a message, and you are always quick responding. Well, it could take a few hours sometimes, but that is just like normal, because then I feel also that you have thought through an answer, and it and almost well, every time I think that when I've left a message to you, something really helpful comes back. So it's not just like a pat on the back that says, "Go on, Lisa. Oh,
You got this.
you got this." It's truly good advices, and that you can see things from another perspective, and I'm really impressed by that. How you can, from so far, not be haven't met the people, or well, I guess that's a part of it. That the important thing is that what I'm saying, and you can interpret that, see the situation, and understand that it's really a gift that you have. So I'm really impressed by that.
Yeah, it is. It is. For me, it's fun. You know, I can see it, and I can feel it, and
Mm,
yeah, it's and I love that you also come to me with many different things. You come,
mm,
sometimes you've been going through something very deep, and then you just use me as a receiver of, to hear
mm,
you, to see you, to feel you, to hold
Yeah.
space for you even if I'm not there. You use me to express what you're going through,
Yeah.
but you also ask me specific questions like, I'm in this situation, what should I do, like how can I navigate? And
Yeah.
also before business meetings,
Yeah.
I'm in this situation,
Mm.
how do I navigate it?
Yeah.
Because I want a good outcome for everyone included. It's not like I coach you. So
Yeah.
it's almost like a leadership coaching, like
Yeah.
how to navigate as a leader.
Yeah.
So it's on
Yeah. No.
different
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah, nowadays it has been a lot about leadership and navigation, I think, and it has been amazing. And I feel that I'm growing as a leader, and I think it's really fun.
Mm.
And I think that I've become a pretty good leader, actually,
Yeah, but
because
that's what happens when you do the inner work. You become a good leader because when you start to develop that relationship with the self and understand the nuances and the energies and what's going on, then you apply that to other people,
yeah,
and that just strengthens us
yeah,
as a community, or as a, within within the circle. I mean, that's why I say, like, conscious leaders, people think that, oh, you have to be a business owner or a CEO somewhere or a management, but that's not what it is. If you're as a parent, you're a leader. As a as a friend or as a teacher, like, there's so many aspects in life where we show up with leadership, and also within friendships or with colleagues. If you do the inner work, you become a leader because you automatically, by your grounded nervous system, show, because nervous systems calibrate without us talking to each other. They
yeah,
calibrate. So if one person is grounded and steps into a room with other people, the others will automatically ground.
yeah,
If so, my nervous system will scan the other nervous systems, and if they are activated, I will
mm,
become activated.
yeah,
If I have done the inner work, I will notice, okay, everyone is activated, I'm going to stay grounded and regulate myself, and then the other nervous systems start to, like, oh, it's safe here, that person is not activated, and then we automatically, even we don't even have to do anything, we will change the world by doing the inner work. But then
yeah,
if we automatically also want to work with leadership and start to apply what we
mm,
learn and share to other people, it will just multiply.
yeah. Yeah, that's really amazing. And yeah, sometimes, yeah, I really can see how that works when I'm at work and going into a meeting where it might be a conflict going on, and people are afraid that I will be angry, and I'm not angry.
Yeah.
I'm calm, and
Mm.
everyone gets like, okay, we can relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will try to practice that even more. Uh, and yeah, so yeah, the voice mails are really amazing. It's good sometimes you just want to call and cry because you just want to talk out, talk your way through the emotions that you are going through. And that is really good to have someone in the other end, that it's not your boyfriend or another, just another friend, because you don't want to burden them with all your, or you just want to keep something for yourself also, like it's good to have your safe space where you can go out and just leave the mess and
Yeah, my intention with my mentorship is for people to have someone, like, unwavering in their corner, but
mm,
not only a yay sayer.
yeah,
It's like you will be mirrored, and I want you to evolve. So there is this combination of massive support and unconditional love and no judgment and no guilt or shaming or blaming, but it's
mm,
also the shadow work, like showing you, like, because
mm.
you can only change the world by changing yourself. So
Yeah.
deeper work that you do, the bigger impact and the easier it will become for you to be grounded and be that, like that visionary leader that you are, that we've
Yeah.
in, defined in the purpose statement, and like what does that mean and how do I want to show up, and to
Yeah.
make that whole vision come true is to look at the things that we might not want to look at. So it's not that I'm just cheering people on, it's like I
Mm,
also navigate and guide, like, okay, I think we need to look at things here, because I can, the more you share with me, and especially with the voice messages, I can feel so clearly what's going on with you, or if it's in the other person.
mm,
So we always start with ourselves. We always start with accountability for ourselves, because that's the
mm,
way through. And
mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's so much fun
Yeah.
to be in someone, like to be in your pocket, and
Yeah.
I'm with you, and I'm there whenever you need me. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I can really feel that, and it's comforting. And as you said, I also think that it's really good that you come with critical questions like, so do you really want to be there, or should you be somewhere else, or I think it's time to leave, perhaps, or what do you think? Like you are asking the hard questions. You are not giving the answers, but and that's really helping to develop. Um, and yeah, and yeah, I had an experience a few weeks ago. I told you about that when I was at a party where I met one of my ex-husband's best friends, and he said, "I want to talk to you," and I got scared that he would be really, really angry with me. But I was just trying to stay calm, and I had you and all the people that have been supporting me. But it was really the work that we have been doing that helped me to visualize that. And the friend came back, and he just hugged me and said that he loved me, and it was such an amazing change from how negative that energy had been.
yeah, I mean, people can feel, when you let things go, because you have nothing. They were so infected with you and your husband. But we
Yeah.
made some really, I mean, you made some really big changes. I mean,
Mm.
you really dug deep and did the change in you.
Yeah.
And that just completely resolved that
Yeah.
negativity that you had between each other. And when you release that, he released that, and then the surrounding releases it also, because we
Yeah.
all just want to feel peace. So
Yeah.
that work, you did that, and that
Mm.
was massive.
Yeah.
I really hope you understand how big that you dug deep and just took the root, and just, I'm not having this, and
Mm.
it's not worth all the
No.
things. And
No.
then
And
so
yeah.
peaceful and so happy you were after that. That was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. And that work we did together, I think that you helped me a lot with that, because my friends were like, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to like fight back. And after a while, I felt like, no, I don't want to be in this fight anymore. I want to be free.
Yeah.
And when I decided that I was going to be free, it wasn't like I was laying down and just how do you call it?
No, you didn't
Giving
surrender
up.
or give up or show
No,
the fruit. It's not that. No, no,
no,
no.
it was just like, no, I'm gonna be free,
Yeah.
and this is freedom, and I just let the hatch down, and just like, no, I'm changing
Yeah.
the narrative here.
I get
And I did
goosebumps.
it from yeah, and I did it from the the bottom of my heart, and I have to say that I'm really proud that I did that,
Yeah.
and I learned a lot from that, and I feel that in every situation I'm in now, I don't have to be afraid. I can choose to just let go and walk the other way around and be completely free when I'm done. And that work I did together with you, with your support, and it was a lot about not judging and listening and giving me the right, not the expected answers that everyone is programmed to have.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah. Massive shift.
yeah,
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
yes, yes.
So, what is the next step for you?
I
Will you
think that
continue online?
yeah, yeah, I want to continue online, but I also really want to come to the farm
Yeah.
to really dig deep down in the gutter. No, but really like be there and go deep and surrender in a way to to my purpose. And yeah, I think that would be an amazing trip and journey to do. So when as soon as possible, I will try to do that. I will not just try. I will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward
Yeah.
to
Me
that.
too.
Yeah. Mhm. Yes. Uh,
Okay.
and I feel that there are some amazing things that are about to happen. I feel that I think that it's going to. I don't know in time when it is, but I feel that yeah,
Something is happening.
yes,
That is
uh,
that I love that. You know, when you feel like something amazing is coming instead of dreading what's coming,
yeah,
that's a whole completely different way of life. Like it's like
mm,
you're by the head of the boat and like, ooh, what's happening, what's coming, instead of hiding in the back, protecting yourself from
yeah,
something that's going to happen. It's such
yeah,
a living life from a completely different energy.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So what recommendations do you have for people who are maybe looking at this video,
Mm.
um, checking out the different options? What do I do? Is this for real? Does this work? Is this legit? What do you have to say?
I would like to say that if you could either be like I was in a situation that you really need to change your life because it's dragging you down, and I know that some people have just standing like this close to running into the wall. Then you should go to Sarah and start talking to her in the mentorship. But if you are just want to like explore how to become more present in life and be a more conscious leader, you should also go to Sarah. And if you're just in a stage of your life that you feel like, well, I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going, I want to have some, yeah, just confused, you should also go to Sarah. And you shouldn't be afraid. It's not like, oh, she's going to change me completely into a person that I don't understand and that I don't want to be. You don't have to be afraid of that because Sarah will only show you what you have inside. So that's what I would like to. Everything we do here is on your own terms, so you don't need to be afraid. And it's such a safe space, so it's okay to think that it's a struggle, and it's okay to be frustrated and angry, and it's a safe space to be silly and come with all your shame and guilt and put it on the table. because and that is one of the most, if you feel that you have like shame and guilt inside of you, go to Sarah, because she will help you not to feel so much shame and guilt and see it for what it is.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you so much for that. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy for you, and so grateful that you sit here and share your experience with me and with everyone. And it's so much bigger than myself and ourselves. It's really that we want to help people to find, a way to freedom and purpose,
yeah,
because it is our birthright and it is possible through the inner work. It is possible.
yeah,
So, and yeah, I
yeah,
can't state that enough, that the impact that you are doing on other people and the fact that you sit here and share will have impact. So it's this quest
yeah,
to change the world, to create a new earth, and to live from a new place, and to create something beautiful. And yeah, thank you so much for being here and doing this journey with me. And
yeah.
yeah,
Thank you for letting me be here and doing this work with you. It's amazing. It's really inspiring.
all
Mm.
right. So if you want to know more about the mentorship, you can read about it on livingwiththespirit.com. There you can also read about our retreats. So we can work online or coming here to the jungle in northern Thailand and go deep. So the mentorship is more about implementing a lifestyle and changing the life that you actually have, and being in the moment, as we said, like being on the shoulder, being in the pocket, with big and small things, in everything that is occurring in your life. And we work with specific areas and that you want to improve or feel better within. Or you can come to the farm and go deep in a shorter period of time and just deep dive and explore the depths of the self without implementing anything in in your back home environment. So it's more like only working with the self. Of course, we can create strategies and stuff for um, for the home environment, but there's a little bit two different aspects of it. So
Mm.
yeah. And
Mm.
if you are interested in the mentorship, you can reach out to us and we can have a chat and see if we are a good fit. So thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you, Sarah. Take care.
And lots of love,
Mm.
and see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.